Hi everybody. We've had such a great response to our Made in the Shade self-tanning kit that we're selling here at No Fry Zone, both online and people coming in. People that come in, of course, I can demonstrate to them in person how to apply the product, what it's all about, why this is special and different from anything you can get at Target or any of the big box retailers for self-tanners. But I certainly am running out of skin and thought that it would be maybe a good idea to put together a little demonstration video for maybe YouTube, but definitely Facebook and all of our fans that kind of responded there positively and with interest. The product is called Made in the Shade. Basically, you get an 8-ounce bottle of the spray that we use in our salon every day, one of the sprays. It's a medium level spray. It's really, really great for all skin types. And what's great about this is when you apply this, you can apply as little or as much as you want. I personally would recommend applying a light coat first, letting that develop for the full 8 hours as recommended, and rinsing off the bronzer and seeing where you are. You may be totally satisfied with that color. That may just give you a heartbeat. That may be all you're asking for. If you're looking for a little bit deeper tan, you can certainly put another coat on. No harm, no foul if you are light or medium skinned. Definitely if you're dark skinned. But if you're light or medium skinned, I would not apply more than 2 coats. That's basically if you're going from 0 to tan. If you are coming in and you want to use this product as an extension of what, if you come in and get sprayed and then you're going on, say, an 8 to 10 day vacation and you don't want to come back lighter than when you left, you can certainly purchase this, take this with you, don't put it in your carry-on because it's too big of a bottle, but put it in your luggage with a Ziploc baggie so it doesn't leak. I haven't had any issues, but you just never know, because it would totally ruin a lot of clothing. Anyway, you can take it with you. I wouldn't apply it until after the 4th shower of your spray tan. That's typically when I notice that, I'm losing my color, I need to add a little bit more. So, and then you can just use it as your lotion for the day or before you turn in for that night. Just apply it and just kind of go from there. And but it's much, much easier to apply a lighter coat of this and continue to add as opposed to just putting it on like a crazy person and then you're stuck with that color for the next 5 to 7 days, it being too dark or whatever. And the issue with self-tanners is you don't necessarily get browner the more you put on. That's typically where the orange comes in. So a little of a good thing is a good thing, and a lot of a good thing is typically not. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. That's the basics of how and when to apply. And I'm just going to go ahead and grab my kit that I've already started demonstrating with. You can tell, and so basically you're going to get your 8-ounce bottle, like I said, and you get a microfiber puff and a pad, and it has a little handle, which is great because now you're not putting the self-tanner into your hands and rubbing it on like finger paints or something, and smearing and all that. So basically what I do, you can tell I've already used this. You can use this really until it doesn't get soft anymore. It's not soft on the surface anymore. Once it's not soft on the surface, I just throw it into the laundry with some towels, dark towels preferably, or jeans is fine, as long as it's not lighter colored or white. And just throw it in the washer. Wash it on a normal cycle is fine, hot's fine, cold's fine, whatever. And when it comes out of the washer, just let it air dry. You don't have to put it in the dryer. I really am not sure what it would actually do in the dryer. Probably wouldn't do anything. So if you want to dry it, go ahead, whatever. You don't have to. Okay, so essentially all you're going to do, and honestly before the first time you use it, you might want to just run a little water on the top of your sponge, because that's going to prime the surface, and then just wring it out. Just squeeze it, get any excess water out, because if not, you're going to be using your product to prime the pad, and that's just a waste of product, because all that product's going to stay in fiber. So basically, I usually shake the bottle a few times. I'm going to spray, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 little sprays in there. You can see it's on there. What makes this great is it doesn't soak through to your hand. It's really just resting on that microfiber, and essentially, starting with limbs, I will just start the fleshiest part of my body first. So I'm going to start with an arm, and so I would start here, and you can see it's like totally streaky. So if I left it like that, it would develop like that and look horrible. So, but with the pad, all you want to do is just continue to buff and around from the fleshiest to the outside, and just keep going until Once you buffed, there's no more lines. It's great. When you get down to the wrist, you kind of want to go up and out because no one's tan there. Anyway, and one tricky part about the arms is once you feel like you've covered your entire arm, trust me, you can do this in front of a mirror, raise your arm up in front of the mirror and just kind of look like you're giving yourself a high five and come down like this because there's typically always a white line right there that is missed on the arms. I don't know why, it just is. And then for the hands, so basically what I do, normally I can still tell there's a little bit of product on here because it's still a little damp. So with the hands, I will just kind of lightly buff and pounce. I'll turn my hands, I'll bend my fingers into like a little kitty paws and just kind of bend and do that. You want to make sure there's not a line there, so you just buff around, you know, that's basically it. Then I'm going to continue to do my other arm, but I'm going to go ahead because I know you guys are busy and have lives and such, that I'm just going to go ahead and show you the leg. You can tell I'm kind of different now because yesterday I demonstrated my arms and not my legs, so my upper half right now currently is much darker than my lower half. I don't do pedicures, so if you're going to come up and, you know, like zoom in on this and see my feet, don't freak out. I'm sorry, I'm just not a pedicure chick. I'm totally ticklish, and so if it offends you, look away when we get to the feet. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and reload my pad again, and since my leg is larger than my arm, I'm going to add a little bit more. I'm going to do like maybe 8 sprays to it. Once you do this for a while, you'll get a feel for how it is. I'm going to continue with the left leg, and so basically again, I'm just going to start with the fleshiest part. I guess it'd be easier to show you like this. And start there, and just kind of go again, and go around. And same thing, just all the way down my leg, and when I get to the foot, hold on here for balance. When I get to the foot, I'm just going to pounce. Remember, this is the look away part if you can't take it, the non-pedicure. And that's it. And you just want to make sure that you kind of buff out to the bottom of the foot, but you don't want to go all the way to the foot to, you know, to where you're stepping, because then it'll look like, you know, you'll have a line there and it just won't look natural. So essentially all I've done now is the front and a little bit of the inside of the leg, not a lot. So I'm going to continue to kind of make sure that there's no line there, and then I'll reload. And a lot until I finish my leg. Okay, and then a lot of people also ask me like how long a bottle lasts, how many body applications does it last. Well, that really essentially depends on the size of the canvas that you're working with. So I couldn't tell you really how much I get from an 8-ounce bottle because the bottle I have at home is really a 4-ounce bottle. I can tell you, oops, my hand came out, that I've had the same 4-ounce bottle at home forever, but I usually spray myself, so for the most part. This is more, I think more people are using this as a touch-up and to take with them on vacation. Okay, and so now I've done my front and my side, and a little bit of the inside of the leg. To get the, I'm going to do this so you can see. To get the back of my leg, I can just kind of go up like this and just kind of start again at the fleshiest part and just come out. And you can see it's kind of looking a little like I might have a streak there. So no big deal. I'm just going to move on until I use a little bit more off the pad. And then just continue to buff out over it again. That's it. I mean, that's it. So, and the cool thing about this too is I don't know if you've been in to be sprayed with me before and you've had, you know, you have some lines on your knees or something if you're standing straight and you might have a wrinkle there when you're sprayed. If you know, go out and you realize, there's a line there that's white. With the buffing, it kind of negates that. So I'm not going to tell you it's better than spraying because I don't really necessarily think it is. Typically, it'll take 2 applications of this to equal what the depth of color that you would get from one spray, but you're using much less product this way, so that's why. And it really does not, you're going to continue, like if I haven't reloaded this at all, and I could still continue on this leg and continue to apply and get darker. So it's not crazy looking, you know, right away. You know, you're not going to come out looking like, you know, Brazilian goddess or something. You can still go to the grocery store or whatever. My arm that I just, you know, applied this product to just, 5 minutes ago is dry. You still have to kind of go by the rules of the 8 hours, you know, no shower, no getting wet, no sweating for 8 hours, but it is much, much less tacky because there's much less product going on you from being sprayed. There's no hair dryer. If you feel the need, if you feel sticky at all, you can apply powder in your bends of your arms or your knees or whatever you need to do to feel comfortable. I don't have that problem at all. So for the face, and again, I don't know if I showed you on the foot, but I pounced again on that foot just like I did my hand. For the face, typically, what I would do, maybe the easiest way, because once you've done the torso and your neck and everything, and I'll just go ahead and just do a little bit of my neck, but just to get a little bit of that, what I just loaded on there off. For the face, basically I pounce for the face as well. So I would just have my hair up and I would just kind of pounce around. I have makeup on now, so it's really not going to matter, but pounce around. We actually have some smaller microfiber sponges too for the face. So if you come in and get your kit and you're interested in the microfiber sponge for your face, just ask for it. It should be in your kit anyway. And if you, that way, I don't know, maybe that'll give you an idea of what we're doing. And just, you know, we're going to have it at the shop now all the time. So enjoy, and you can touch it up yourself. You don't have to come in just if your face has gotten lighter, or your neck. You know, torsos really don't ever, the color on the torso really doesn't stay as long, and it's a good thing because it tells you that this quality of your skin is better than your arms or legs. It's had less exposure to the elements over time, because this does rely on a certain amount of dry skin to work properly, sunless tanners of any kind. But so that tells you that your torso is in good shape, skin-wise, but it doesn't, you know, necessarily do great for the tan. So anyway, I hope you had a good time watching, and I probably will edit the crap out of this, but have a great day, and just, if you need us, let us know. Thanks very much.